Hello everyone and welcome to Jimin Weekly News. I'm Dream and here is the first news for you. First, Jimin becomes the face of K-pop 2025 for sponsoring the livelihood of poverty-stricken children. On March 23rd, Jimin took first place in a vote held by Icon Pool, gaining the Face of K-pop 2025 title for a second year in a row. He was selected for his charitable contributions of helping kids with their livelihood and education. The Face of K-pop campaign was created by Icon to recognize solo artists who significantly shaped the global K-pop landscape. And of course, K-Media also immediately wrote praising articles about this new charitable win. Next, Jimin has received nominations in 3 categories at the 34th Seoul Music Awards. Main prize Bonsang, K-Wave Award, K-Pop World Choice Solo. As well as he has been nominated in 2 categories at the Asia Star Entertainment Awards 2025, the Best Solo Male, Fans Choice Artist Singer. Here is also a list of nominations for both award shows with BTS as a whole group and for other individual members. In addition, internationally, Jimin has received 4 nominations for the 2025 Spain Top 50 Music Awards for the following categories: Best Song for Who, Best Album for Muse, Best K-pop Artist, Best Fans. And the other members RM, Jin, Jungkook, and V also received nominations in few of the categories. Following up, Jimin ranked 7th in the Idol Individual Brand Reputation ranking in March 2025. Idol Personal Brand Reputation ranking is a ranking created by extracting big data on the personal brands of male and female idols. Jimin still holds the record for the most #1 spots since the ranking was first introduced in December 2018 with a total of 25 times. He won also the poll by Japanese media Danmi for March Korean Male Idol Popularity Competition. He took first place in similar voting by Shining Awards for the most popular K-pop idols 2025 poll with over 833,000 votes. He secured first place in the March 2025 K-Doll monthly ranking with a total of over 156 million votes, breaking his own record for the most first place wins in the monthly ranking, now achieving first place 42 times. He won first place in the March Male Idol ranking vote on Idoki. As a reward, he earned an advertisement on the Tokyo Shinjuku Unicavision and also another one by iKpop for Artist of the Month March, securing his 3rd win this year. Then, on March 28th, Jimin's Who has achieved a gold streaming certification from the Recording Industry Association of Japan for garnering over 50 million cumulative streams in Japan as of February, becoming the fastest solo song by K-pop soloist to do so. And the articles by K-Media like Newsen, like always, once again poured in reporting on the new achievement in detail. After that, the very next day, on March 29th, he also got a silver Brit certification for Like Crazy, crossing over 200,000 units. Jimin has now earned 2 Brit Certified Silver certification and 1 Brit Certified Gold certification, where at the same time Like Crazy also becomes the first and only Korean language solo song to receive a Brit certification in over a decade. In addition, Jimin's album Muse has reached new 2025 picks on Amazon Music recently, including number 1 on the global K-pop top album chart and charting inside top 200 on US pop top albums chart. And as of other chart achievements, Jimin's Who was ranked 36th on the list of the official biggest songs of 2025 so far released by the UK's official charts. Despite being released in July 2024, Who managed to make it onto the list of most streamed and sold tracks in the UK in 2025. Then Jimin becomes the first and only K-soloist to surpass 100 million streams on the American music service platform Pandora. He has charted on Spotify USA Weekly Top Artist chart for 40 weeks, becoming the first and only K-soloist to spend 40 weeks on the chart. He spent 70 weeks on Spotify's Global Weekly Top Artist chart. He has now spent 500 days on Spotify's Global Daily Top Artist chart. He extends his own record as the longest charting act in history with an incredible 600 days at number 1 on the Spotify South Korea Daily Top Artist chart. His album Muse has surpassed 2.5 billion streams on Spotify. It's the most streamed Korean K-soloist album and the most streamed 2024 K-act album on Spotify. Jimin is also the first K-soloist to have 2 albums with over 2.5 billion streams. He has also surpassed a total of 5.3 billion streams on Spotify with pure solo songs across all solo songs credits that have no collaborations, becoming the first and only K-pop solo artist in the history of the Spotify platform to achieve this milestone. His song Who has also surpassed 1.4 billion filtered streams on the Spotify Global chart in just 246 days since its release, becoming the first and only K-pop solo song to reach 1.4 billion streams on the chart. As well as it remains the longest charting song by K-pop act on Billboard Hot 100. And here are for you all of the Jimin's positions on Billboard charts in the past 2 weeks period. So now let's move on to the summary of Jiminie mentions by other idols, celebrities, media outlets, and much more. First, on March 24th, we celebrated 2nd anniversary of the Face album release. This album marked a significant step in Jimin's musical career, showcasing his versatility and depth as an artist. The title Face represents not just the physical aspect of his appearance, but more profoundly, it symbolizes the layers of his personality and emotions that Jimin has chosen to explore. The album is a journey of self-discovery, an exploration of vulnerability, strength, and the complexity of human emotions. It serves as a statement of who Jimin was at that moment in time, showing his growth as both a performer and a person. And musically, the album is an electric mix of styles, each song representing a different aspect of Jimin's emotional and artistic spectrum. ARMYs, of course, celebrated this day with many trending hashtags. Jimin took first place in Favorite Idol Individual Daily Ranking, as well as the Jimin fanbase from Argentina provided advertising support on the large billboards at Obelisk Square in Barrio Chino, a neighborhood in Buenos Aires. Additionally, just like last year and for the last Jimin's birthday, Jiminie Melody fanbase organized the Great Face Bake-Off contest, where ARMYs could enter their cake creations for this special celebration. Here is a compilation of as much of them as I could find, so please enjoy it because, as always, they were all absolutely beautiful. Next, we had Hobie mentioning Jimin in his recent appearance on Ferry Jaehyung YouTube channel. He said that Jimin was the first BTS member who contacted him after Le Gala de Pigeon performance, and our Hopemin hearts melted completely. He also gave an interesting answer when asked by the host about BTS plans after they all come back from the military, because he said that they will be preparing various activities right after they get discharged. Oh my goodness, our boys are already making big plans for us, and we can't wait for it all. After that, Jimin was mentioned in a new book, Unveil: The Secret of Luxury Brands We Love, by Lee Yoon-jung, who worked as a reporter and editor-in-chief for the high-end lifestyle magazine Noblesse for 30 years. The chapter in which Jimin is mentioned describes the author's pride in Korean brand ambassadors, as only those with great influence like Jimin are selected. Then, in a column titled K-pop Artists Breaking Records, in the music section of Japanese comprehensive culture media Real Sound JP, Jimin's new Billboard Hot 100 chart record was covered, and they wrote, "K-pop artists are currently showing off their dazzling performance, breaking all-time K-pop records. The most recent one to make headlines is probably BTS's Jimin with the title track Who from his second solo album Muse, released in July of last year. He broke the record for the longest stay on Billboard's main single chart, Hot 100. It ranked 29th on the chart as of March 22nd. It achieved a total of 33 weeks on the chart, beating out Psy's hit Gangnam Style and BTS's Dynamite to set the record for the longest stay on the chart in K-pop history." And then we also got more information about what the new BTS 7 Moments DVDs will include for each member. So Jimin's disc BTS 7 Moments will include Like Crazy, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon's sketch, Face, Find the Imposter Among the Provincial Fans Behind, Who, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon VCR Behind sketch, Vibe featuring Jimin live sketch, Like Crazy Be Original Studio Chom sketch, Vibe featuring Jimin live practice sketch, Who practice sketch, and Vogue Shoot Behind. In addition, I also have to show you this very cool Jimin's Who cover posted recently by this popular singers trio with over 2.2 million followers on TikTok. And finally, on April 4th, we also celebrated second anniversary of Jimin's historic achievement of becoming the first Korean solo artist to reach #1 spot on Billboard Hot 100 chart. Celebrating that day when we shared joy and emotion with Jimin, we reminded ourselves of how much of a buzz this legendary milestone brought for him and how grateful and overwhelmed he was sharing a precious humble moments with us on Weverse that day. ARMY is also, of course, once again in celebration of this unforgettable achievement, secured first place for Jimin in the favorite idol male individual daily ranking. Following up, as of ARMY in the Wild updates, Jimin's Who was played during the quarterfinals FIBA 3x3 of the Asia Cup 2025 at the OPCC Square Sports Hub in Singapore. It was heard being played at Mercadona, a major Spanish supermarket in Telde, a town located on the eastern side of Gran Canaria, Canary Islands, Spain. It was playing on the bus in Kenya. Then at the SM City Clark in Pampanga, Philippines. SM City Clark is said to be one of the largest shopping malls in the Philippines. At a sushi restaurant in Seoul. At an IKEA store in Hong Kong. And also at Rene's restaurant in Sofia, Bulgaria, which was my personal Jimin's Who moment I shared with you on one of my recent YouTube Shorts videos. After that, we also had an amazing donation project organized by Jimin Nation fanbase for those affected by the Myanmar earthquakes to help children and their families to get the support they need to mitigate the worst impacts of this disaster. And finally, to finish off the episode, I also have for you a few of the recent OT7 news. Starting with Chief Strategy Officer Lee Jae-sang, Hype CEO, saying at a recent shareholders meeting that BTS will need some time to return with new music as a group. Quote, BTS members are scheduled to return after completing their military service in the first half of this year, so they need time to prepare and work for their activities after their return. The company is also discussing and preparing with top-tier composers, but the artists need to think carefully and prepare. Usually we work on songs, release albums, and then go on tour, but since BTS has already become a global top artist, we are continuing to discuss their vision and future plans, so we need to think about the direction and adjust accordingly to discuss their vision, and we need to think about the direction of this and align it with them. So in other words, BTS self-determine their own journey and artistic vision, and so Hype can't tell when exactly BTS will have their comeback. They have to consider the time that BTS members will take after discharge to decide on their artistic direction of their comeback. So basically, Hype is saying they need to wait on them to tell shareholders more about the comeback, which will play pivotal role in the company's nearest future. It is so nice to hear our boys will decide themselves how and when to continue their group activities. We will wait for new music as long as we need to. We just want to see them safely return to us from their service and take as much time as they need to adjust back to their busy lives. We will always trust them and stay by their side no matter what. Continuing with the next news, BTS was selected as the #1 domestic musicians who shone in the 21st century. 31 critics and producer-directors were surveyed to select 25 musicians who were active over a period of 25 years from 2000 to last year, and one of the popular critics, Lim Jin-mo, said, advancing onto the world stage in BTS's DNA, K-pop achieved the great feat of being a household name thanks to BTS. Since then, K-pop's various visual, auditory, and tactical attempts have revolved around them. They have narrowed the distance from Billboard and Grammy, which used to be far, to this point. After that, we had lullaby renditions of BTS songs in the new Rockabye Baby album. It was released on April 4th with 13 tracks. Then, despite being in military, BTS became the first and only K-pop male act and K-pop group to gain 1 billion streams on Spotify in 2025 so far. They also became first and only group in history to have all its members reach number 1 on Billboard US Digital Song Sales chart with multiple of their solo songs. And Blood, Sweat and Tears official MV by BTS has surpassed 1 billion views on YouTube, making them the first and only K-pop group and Asian act with the most MVs, 8, to reach that milestone in YouTube's history. And then, in addition to all of the above, first we had J-Hope and Suga donating 100 million won each for the wildfire recoveries to help the recent large-scale forest fire victims in South Korea and firefighters working hard on the scene. Hobi donated through Hope Bridge Disaster Relief and Yoongi through Korean Red Cross. Then A.R.M.Y joined the efforts by also donating 100 million won to the cause. After him, Jungkook made the largest individual donation yet of 1 billion won. And finally, Taehyung also joined other members and donated 200 million won as well. Following up as of other recent individual members' achievements and updates, from A.R.M.Y we had his music video for Lost winning the Bronze Award for the Best Music Video at the British Arrows Awards 2025, becoming the first MV by a Korean artist to be honored this award. His Right People, Wrong Place documentary film was released on Weverse on April 3rd. He changed his profile picture on Instagram to Pokemon Snorlax, and he was updating us regularly by posting many Insta stories as well as a lot of new photos, including the one that he recreated from 3 years ago at the same place he visited during the summer of 2022. From Jin, we had couple of new Run Jin episodes as well as new photos for his Fred Jewelry advertising campaign. He also volunteered in Gilanmyeon, Andong City to serve food to those affected by wildfires. On the 3rd of April, he participated in a meal distribution service at Gilan Middle School in Andong, Gyeongbuk, where a shelter for evacuees was set up, and he said, "I decided to participate in the volunteer work because I wanted to provide an even a small amount of help to those affected by the wildfire." Then Yoongi became the first and only Asian rapper to reach 4.2 billion streams on Spotify across all credits. And we also had a few sweet interactions with ARMY from Tay when he came to Weverse and left responses to many ARMY posts. Finally, as of the busiest of the members right now, Hobi, in the past 2 weeks, he released his Mona Lisa performance on Studio Chom channel, as well as dance practice choreography video, behind dance practice video, and Mona Lisa MV shooting sketch on Bangtan TV. His interview for Z100 New York iHeartRadio was also released on March 27th, where he talked a lot about his experiences in the US and sent a very sweet message to ARMYs, as well as another interview for Sirius XM, where he talked about BTS reunion.
저도 안 믿길 것 같고요. 되게 너무 오랜만이라서 거의 마지막 활동이 22년도였으니까 복귀를 하면은 거의 3년, 4년 만에 복귀를 하는 게 아닌가. 4년? 4년 만에 복귀를 하는 것 같은데 여러 가지로 팬분들도 되게 기대를 하시는 것 같고 저 또한 사실 다시 뭉쳤을 때 어떤 에너지가 나올까가 너무 궁금하고 이젠 그때와는 상황이 많이 다른 게 각자의 솔로를 이제 경험하고 나서의 팀 생활이기 때문에 저도 기대가 됩니다.
And Mona Lisa remixes were released on April 1st as well. In the meantime, he also successfully completed the performances for his Hope on the Stage tour in Mexico City, San Antonio, Texas, and Oakland, with many new photos and posts on social media. Where in San Antonio, we were able to witness a wild Cowboy J hobby that will for sure go straight into BTS iconic moments history books. I also reacted to the fan cams of the performances from those days in San Antonio, so if you are interested, check them out on my channel. And Hobie of course also made sure to spend time with ARMYs on Weverse doing lives after completing his shows in each city. And with that, we can conclude the updates for this episode. And after that, he was on his way to next concerts in LA, where first he visited NBA basketball game just like our Yoongi NBA ambassador in 2022. He received a gift from one of the main players of Lakers team, and one lucky ARMY even got a chance to dance to Mona Lisa in front of him during his interview for Amazon Music.
In the face, hard is to fame. Mona Lisa, Yanida.
He also officially became the first Asian soloist in history to sold out stadium show in the US. More about concerts in LA, I will tell you next time. And with that, we can conclude the updates for this episode. So that is all for this week's news, and at the end, like always, please enjoy Jiminie achievements. See you next time.